Today we're gonna make. Oh shit! Hold on a minute.
Surfer on acid.
The surfer on acid, and the best part is no acid in here. If you're watching this video because you think there's acid in here,
go watch the marijuana milkshake instead.
And there's acid in here, so keep watching.
Want to skip ads without hurting my inner child? Head over to patreon.com/CMC and help fund the show.
Welcome to Common Cocktails. I'm your host, Derrick Schommer. We're going to do a shot for you. Sunday Night Shooters with Ian and Kurt. We're making a shot.
Surfer on acid.
This is called Surfer on Acid, submitted by, well, technically, it's a blurry situation. We're calling this a submission from Brian, and this is part of our popularity contest that I put out a request. I'm like, sometime in the middle of June, I think it was June 15th or whatever I said. You have to submit, the contest says submit a cocktail that's going to grow really popular and be awesome for the channel. I'm going to take a 15-day metric to figure out who has more views out of all the different cocktails. So, this is a ½ ounce of Jagermeister, ½ ounce of coconut rum, ½ ounce of pineapple juice. The last time I did this recipe, son of a bitch, I closed the window.
We're quadrupling this, by the way, because there's 4 of us.
It was really old, because the camera was facing the other way.
The camera was facing the other way, 16,000 views. This needed to be redone. So what I was doing is I was like, hey, Kurt, I wanted to make an entire week of cocktails we've done in the past that are really old that I want to do again.
Updated.
Right. So I said, fine, let's do that. And part of doing that, I got a submission from Brian.
Was Brian's submission the same portion?
Yeah. This is always the same thing.
No. Because I found a couple different proportions.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it wasn't always half.
So, I think I could show you the recipe that I got an ad in the front. This is an old recipe, so it's got a 30-second ad.
I would love Outback. Filming onions are awesome.
Done right. So first off, the first error is it's got the intro, which goes on for way too long. If you're a YouTube person, you don't do this. You never have an intro that lasts more than 3 seconds because you lose all your subscribers waiting for the intro because they're like, fuck this. It was. So this is what it used to look like. That was
and you
me
never
back
do
in the
that
day.
either. If you're white and pasty, don't have that person be the person that's talking on the camera.
I have a tan. We occurred. Look, it's the same ingredients because the Surfer on Acid is one of those drinks.
That's how much alcohol we had once.
Yeah, look at the back.
There's like 4 bottles.
Yeah.
That was my.
And a Jack Daniels poster, which that's.
It's still an impressive collection.
That's,
oh yeah, the camera was facing backwards. It was facing the staircase.
That's a Jack Daniels.
Wow,
mirror.
I remember that.
Yeah. So I mean.
So we got Malibu, we got Jaeger, and we got Dole pineapple juice.
We don't have Mario like I had here. I can go find him.
Okay, kids.
Prime.
Let's do this.
Curtis just wants. He just wants to get this done. This whole week has been a nightmare for him. You got a drink of it. Oh, she's. You got up.
Look how good we are.
Boom.
It looks like a mango to me.
Boom.
Yeah.
Kurt, you did that.
This is really good. Prost.
It does look
Or
like
a little
mango.
beer.
Prost, little beer.
I don't mind that at all.
You spit it out. Go ahead.
Drink it, Kurt. Drink it.
You guys.
I like that.
That was nice.
It's got a little bit of black licorice in the finish.
It does.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Because you're not driving.
Oh, then I can get drunk.
Exactly. Everybody thinks you're drunk anyway. Oh,
Really?
It's pretty universal.
Yeah, that's
I'm going for
you're
foam.
gonna go. Oh, you want
Like
to
the
get the
same
easy?
porcelain? Yeah.
We can put this in the easy.
We could totally easy this.
You know what though? This has kind of like a single.
This could totally be easy.
Yeah. A black licorice, coconut, a little bit of, you know what? Not really a lot of pineapple. It's got the consistency of pineapple. It's got the
pineapple
foam.
gives us the foam, which I love. I love pineapple foam.
Without the pineapple, you would have three alcohols and it would be very potent.
Yeah.
So what you've done is you've
balanced it.
Yeah, you've got that coconut anise. You could say anise. So you don't like the Jaeger finish?
No, it's just coconut and Jaeger. It just holds on really tight.
It's like, hold on for the ride.
Yeah.
Why do I have like fucking spray over here? I spray. People, you guys need to learn how to shake. I get shit all over my place.
Well, I don't sit over there, so I don't think I get that kind of distance.
You used to, didn't you? No, it never happened. That's always me.
That's a yummy shot.
You know, I'm good with
Surfer on
it.
acid, I'll take that.
I'm fine with that.
It shouldn't have been. There's no scientific reasoning why this is good, is there?
No, not really.
No, it's like a pina colada. Sometimes things just work.
It's a weird thing. It's like a lot of times with the shots where the rest of the week we can have like really in-depth discussions about what we're tasting and like what's coming on. You don't get that on Saturday or on Sunday. By the time we hit Sunday, we're just like, okay, this is what's in it. This is what's gonna go in our mouth, and that's it.
It's good.
That is because
that's usually what we say. Or it sucks.
A little bit. Would this be behind the scenes action? Is that since we record 5-6 episodes in a row, what happens is the first episode is a little bit tighter. It's there's organization, but there's not as much banter.
We loosen up as the week goes on.
Yeah, and by Wednesday, by Thursday, you're in rare form. By Friday, you're on the crest, and by Sunday, you're like, oh Jesus Christ,
let's get this done.
Right, you're just like, let's pound this out. This week, for this recording where this came in, we did a 18
tequila tasting.
Brand tequila tasting. Yes. Then we did an extra cocktail, and we did a shooter.
I'm glad I did a shot of X mode.
Power! So it really gets you there.
Question of the day.
Question of the day. Brian, you have anything for us? No, he's not in the chat room.
Anybody?
Brian.
Somebody does.
Anybody?
Something about vampires sucking.
Bueller. Who's the whitest of the three of us?
Oh, him.
That's
Curtis has a very in-depth question of the day that we're about to share with you right now.
Oh, you want me to throw something out there?
We don't have any. Nobody's
okay.
talking. And so, question of the day.
In-depth question of the day.
What do you think of Native Americans? I just saw Native American in there.
We're talking about tanning and pasty white.
Okay. We've kind of touched on the politics thing. I guess we can close out the week with a little bit of politics.
I love politics.
I hate politics.
Most people have no problem like throwing down the gauntlet about like taxation and the way that it should go. And I think that it's an interesting concept to think about. If the people in this country in the 1% aren't really paying the same taxes, which they're not, as the rest of us, if we were all getting taxed fairly evenly across the board, it would mean that we would have to drastically still bring down a lot of our social programs to bring our economy level instead of always being in the red.
You don't want to give too much money to the government.
Would you pay more if you knew that you were going to be taken care of by the government, or would you like to pay less if you knew that you had to put in your own money into social programs?
Pay less, fund your own retirement. That's what I say.
Okay, so based on what Ian said,
move to Scandinavia.
Well, it's kind of like
socialists.
It's like the Ayn Rand kind of philosophy that like if people had control over their own monies, then they would have control over the social programs.
Yes.
But the government says that that's not how things work because people can't make those decisions.
They can, but they're lazy. And here's why.
No, because we're not responsible because we don't understand balance.
100% true. We are not responsible.
As a group, we're not balanced.
Well, you know what would end up happening is the MSPCA would have all the money and everybody else would be like homeless shelters. No one would have money.
I'm not like a homeless shelter.
That would be self-regulating because at some point homelessness would become a problem and crime would go up and people would say, oh, we have to fund this. There would be a hysteresis involved where...
I like that word.
Well, that's Ayn Rand. That's the way that she looked at it.
It would be self-leveling. It would have to be because what you don't fund is going to be a problem, so you're going to have to start funding it.
That's why it's already there. Yeah. It was a problem.
But this goes back to the original question. It's like, can you handle your own money, or does the government have to do it?
We can handle our own money, but we can't handle our own society.
But it's you.
No, and you have to reform all the programs because most of the programs are broken.
Breaking that down and just saying me, like assuming everybody else is not fucked up.
Yeah.
Not true, but let's assume that. But here's my issue. Like I have an issue with taxes.
Okay.
I end up paying a shitload in taxes.
Yep.
Because my a lot of money, 10 grand, right, a year, and then 5 grand a quarter.
Yep.
Because I don't take enough deductions, or no, that's not true. I don't have enough taxes taken out of my paycheck.
Okay.
Apparently, this is all news to me. So now it comes out to me being responsible enough to say, hey, I have to pay 5 grand per quarter because I have investments, I have my real job, I have Awesome Drinks, I have this. So all of those, like this show, advertising, and Awesome Drinks, there's no taxes taken out of that because of the business. I have to do that at the quarter and the end of the year.
Yeah.
So there's all this extra money you have to save up. It's a bitch. Like to take when I see a paycheck come in, it's very hard, and I do it, but it's very hard to say, you know what? This percentage of that has to go into this account for taxes. It's a lot easier to spend it.
Yeah.
Right? So having the government have to do that means what's in my bank account, I can do what the fuck I want with. And I know everything else is covered. It's easy. But at the same so I want to say what Ian says, but at the same time, I know that in the end I fuck up a lot.
Well, there's a way. There's a way everybody gets everything, and that we can stop the rich from dodging taxes, and that would be what's known as the fair tax. If you get a chance, look it up. There's a link. There's tons of videos for it, but it's a consumption tax, so it gets rid of all other taxes other than consumption. And what it sets is one tax against consumption. So
what's consumption?
Okay, so like if you're a business, you consume a lot, right? You buy a lot of things. So those things that you're purchasing have a tax against them now. And
I don't have any taxes at all. So
but that would be the only tax that you would pay. So the rich people consume more than poor people, correct? Yes? No?
I would think so, because they buy a lot of
stuff. So they would pay more in taxes because they're paying towards the consumption.
However, would that cause rich people to buy less?
Well,
and find other ways around
If that's the case, it doesn't matter because all the other taxes that they would have in other countries are now gone. So the taxes that they'd pay for their businesses, gone. The taxes that they'd pay for their investments, gone.
I would argue that they'll still find the loophole because that's what they do.
But they'd be more happy. There'd be more people investing in the country because of the lack of tax.
And the problem is when you implement those rules, you never know if it's going to... There's a lot of people...
There's really smart people that have worked on that, but yeah.
We're a cocktail show, not a...
Okay.
So...
But that's the question of the day.
Question of the day. Sale. Okay. Ah! Stab!
Call it.
Slice! Oh, God, thanks for karate.
I call that a wet bob.
A what?
Wet willy, wet bob.
Oh, that's a bob.
It's in the nose.
So answer the question.
Nose.
If you don't like the question, or you live in a country where maybe taxes aren't a problem for you, is that a thing anywhere?
Probably.
Then you can write in anything. Tell us about this cocktail. What I need. This is a popularity contest submission. That means lots of views. Share the video, comment. If you don't want to share, you don't want to send it to your friends, write a comment. Because actually in YouTube, comments generated within the first 5 days of videos means that the video shows up in search a lot more. It's part of YouTube's analytics when they go through and go, what is important to people? What's important to people is when they see interaction.
Don't you have an extra glass?
What?
Don't you have one other glass that you wanted to get rid of? Maybe we do a contest for that this week like we did last time?
I don't know what week this is.
Well, no,
this
you
is
can't.
What? We can't do
This
it.
is a popularity thing. You can't have a contest on a popularity thing. That's not very fair.
Contest and a contest?
No.
Not enough for that person.
Yeah, but it would be for comments.
Yeah, but
he
you
does
just said
contest.
comments popped it up more.
No, comments are good.
Yeah.
If I can enforce comments, that's not a problem, right?
No.
Yeah, but then you have to do it for every video.
That's
God,
fine.
No, that would be
like a contest for every video?
That would be
Every
7
popularity
contests a
videos.
week.
Yeah,
because
no.
that would be
That's
fair.
crazy.
That would be.
We'll get back to doing the comment contest.
Or when
We
it's
already
not
had
a
it
popularity
non-popularity.
video.
We had a comment contest winner already announced.
Yeah.
And I've got their address and everything, so I'm going to have to send them my tiki mug that's right here and whatever Curtis wants to give me.
Okay.
Anyway,
That's it. We're done.
Shotglasses,
Classic shot glass. We're DJ Drink. Oh, first off, mineral water, Perrier, San Pellegrino, Volvic. We're a couple of the ones. Volvic still. The other ones are bubbled.
Yeah.
Naturally bubbled. When they used to build these, they were in glass bottles and they had those.